Journey of Sacred Destiny. Part 9. The Motian Kingdom and the Pyramid. During meditation, Mengang saw countless deities and Buddhas in the sky, gazing upon the capital city of the Motian Kingdom. Knowing that various immortals were helping in the construction of the pagoda, Mengang requested that the king issue a decree for the entire country to sincerely recite the Buddha's name and pray for divine protection for the pagoda's construction. Mola directed Vinita to transport stones, while Motsai instructed Manisha to apply a solution of black stones to the stones. Mola and the craftsmen discussed the construction of the pagoda, and Mola accepted any good suggestions proposed by anyone, and asked priest Mengang to make the final decision. Under Mengang's guidance, Motian Kingdom began to build the pagoda. Throughout the construction of the pagoda, the king and queen lived separately. The queen devoutly worshipped the Buddha, and her example was followed by the royal officials and even the common people. The entire country paid attention to the construction of the pagoda. At that time, the people of the Motian Kingdom were simple and pure, with courteous men and virtuous women. The construction of the pagoda was entirely done by manpower, for giants could easily lift a large stone. After the foundation was dug, downward steps were built on both sides, and the Vinita transported the stones to the bottom to begin building the pagoda. After the bottom layer was completed, people used diamond wood, a type of very dense and compact wood, to build a scaffolding in a step shape around the perimeter, which the giants called the Heavenly Ladder. The Vinita wore shoes woven from orchid grass, which were sturdy, durable, and highly adhesive. When they carried stones upwards, the Vinita sometimes felt like they were stepping on clouds, as if something was supporting them. They called this phenomenon cloud-stepping feet, and believed that there was divine protection. During the construction of the pagoda, famous musicians and singers from all over the country gathered in the capital city to create the best music and sing the most beautiful songs to celebrate the construction of the Buddhist tower. Mengang personally composed the music and wrote the lyrics and handed them to the musicians and singers. Soon, these songs spread widely throughout the kingdom. Among them, the most magnificent song was the Song of the Gods. Other songs, such as God Saves the World, The Compassion of the Buddha, and Waiting for God's Arrival, were also very impressive. A famous soprano singer sang with a voice that seemed to come from heaven, covering a certain area, while a famous bass singer's voice was marvelous and wonderful, like an eruption from the ground, with the weight of the earth and a sense of expansion, yet not lacking in strength. During the construction of the pagoda, the weather in the Motian Kingdom was also excellent. It often rained at night and was sunny during the day. The construction site did not receive rain, yet the air remained fresh. During the day, the sun overhead did not feel too hot, and the occasional cool breeze made people feel very comfortable. The older people said it was the umbrella of the umbrella goddess, a deity in Chinese mythology that was sheltering them. During breaks, people brought drinks made from berries and mountain spring water. Beautiful singing would always sound during these times, and the singing voices of these singers could make people forget their fatigue and feel happy. During the rest at night, the Vinita and Manijia both sat cross-legged, quietly reciting the Buddhist mantra Ruzai la Buddha for about an hour. In the middle of the night, the green-skirted goddess Swoi held a clown bottle with a plant inside, seemingly ordinary. However, when she took it out, the plant immediately grew 1,000 vines, each bearing a small leaf with a crystal-clear droplet atop. Swoi waved the plant, and the droplets fell on the giants, removing their fatigue. The yellow-clothed fairy boy played a musical instrument that emitted golden notes that flew towards the giants' dreams. In the morning, the Vinita said, "After a night's rest, we are filled with strength." Someone also said, "I heard beautiful music." After 5 months of tower construction, one night, Mola and Motsai were resting on a platform near the pagoda. Motsai said to her brother,
"I think the pagoda is already shining with light."
After a pause, Motsai said again,
"Brother, The night is so beautiful. I feel my heart is filled with joy and lightness, flying in the air, overlooking the earth.
Mola smiled and nodded. After 8 months of construction, Mengang said to Mola,
The Buddha Pagoda is built and will bring boundless merit, but the king must continue to practice virtue diligently.
Mola was surprised and said,
Honorable priest, if there is any flaw in my virtue, please let me know.
That's not what I mean. During my meditation, I saw 3 visions. In the first one, the Golden Pagoda was built with a phoenix hovering in the sky. In the second one, the Golden Pagoda was built and all the people submitted. In the third one, the Golden Pagoda was built and the earth was bountiful with myriad auspicious signs appearing in the sky. I believe that the completion of the Buddha Pagoda will bring even more blessings to the Motian Kingdom. And therefore, the king must continue to lead and educate your people with diligence.
Mola nodded in agreement. As the completion of the Buddha Pagoda approached, Mola had a dream in which he held a stone in his hand and placed it on the top of the tower. When he woke up, Mola decided to follow the guidance of the divine and personally collect fresh fruits, wash them, and offer them to the temple. He spent a long time prostrating and praying for the protection and blessings of the gods and Buddha. The subjects knew that the Buddhist pagoda was about to be completed and came early to see it. Many of them stood near the pagoda, watching the king dressed in plain clothes with amazement. Soon, they learned that the king was going to place the stone at the top of the pagoda. The subjects were excited and waited for everything that was about to happen, silently praying for the king in their hearts. When Mola chose 4 powerful men to assist him in placing the stone at the top of the pagoda, the huge stone was brought up. Mola prayed for the protection of the gods in his heart, his mind pure, and his heart set on placing the stone. He lifted the stone with his right hand in the middle and held the edge with his left hand. The giants below were all amazed and stared intently at everything that was happening. At this moment, both the priest Mengang and Motsai saw the shining light on Mola's right wrist covering the stone. The light on Mola's right wrist was originally transformed from a celestial dan or fairy pill. The fairy pill was a unique treasure of the strong gods in the upper realm. It was refined through 9 months, and the strong god repeatedly infused divine power into it. It was given to Motan by the goddess Karafi. When Mola was placing the stone, the light on his wrist gave him unparalleled divine power, which could also protect the stone, making it even more sturdy. Not only Mengang and Motsai saw the light, but also some other people saw the light on the king's body. Mola successfully placed 9 giant stones. During this process, Mengang saw that the sky was full of eyes watching the construction of the pagoda. He saw Mola lifting the stone, and there were many angels with long wings around the stone emitting dazzling light. Motsai felt a lotus flower turning in her heart, emitting a soft light. She looked at her brother and saw a circle of purple light flashing on his body, and lightning flashing within the light. The words thunderbolt came to her mind, and she wondered what word should come after it. There was a word that seemed familiar, but she could not remember it. A heavenly immortal laughed and said,
The 5-colored Lotus Queen has forgotten the name of the Thunderbolt Buddha.
On this day, Queen Wenmei devoted herself to worshiping Buddha and praying for divine power to be bestowed upon the king. Suddenly, she felt infinite joy in her heart and knew that the construction of the pagoda was about to be completed. After finishing her worship, she went to the pagoda and happened to witness the final placement of the topmost giant stone by Mola. As soon as the top was in place, Mola descended from the top of the pagoda, and Wenmei saw a group of gods surrounding him. At that moment, Mola appeared to be like a deity in Wenmei's eyes. She knelt down in front of Mola with noble etiquette, and all the subjects followed suit, filled with infinite admiration for the king. Mola and Motsai also knelt down and thanked the heavenly and earthly gods for their protection in the construction of the pagoda. The Buddhist pagoda was built over a period of 9 months, And 3 days after its completion, a grand ceremony was held by Mola to enshrine the new Buddha and deity statues in the pagoda. Priest Mengang presided over the solemn, inviting Buddha ceremony. At that time, people believed that the Buddha resided in the heavenly realm and had countless incarnations. When people devoutly revered and offered worship to the Buddha in the heavenly realm would sense it and send out an incarnation to come to the Buddha statue, endowing it with the same compassion and supernatural power as the principal deity. Only those of high virtue could invite Buddha. Mengang said,
Great and compassionate Buddha, please listen to the heartfelt voice of the people. With devout hearts, we request that you stay in the world. The hearts of people are easily covered by dust, but the compassion of Buddha is unchanging for eternity. May Buddha hear our sincere prayers and come to the world. The people of the world will listen to Buddha's teachings, bathe in Buddha's light, and avoid falling into the sea of suffering, waiting for salvation.
After speaking, Mengang put a scripture into the Buddha statue, pasted it with paper, and proceeded to recite Buddhist scriptures. At this moment, a colorful, auspicious cloud appeared in the sky. A phoenix flew over, and birds assembled in the sky. The giants were thrilled to see this spectacle. The Rushila Buddha statue that was enshrined in the pagoda is a seated Buddha, with the earth goddess Momu and the war god Lishan on either side. The Rushila Buddha is a great Buddha in the heavenly world who bestows happiness and auspiciousness on the country. The image of Momu is dignified and solemn, and her role is to guide and elevate the morality of the people. The image of Lisine is majestic, and he blesses Motian Kingdom to achieve military success, expand its territory, and subjugate other countries through war, forming a bond with Motian Kingdom.